Everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. As we dive into this chart, all I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video, and to stay tuned towards the end of the video because I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys. You won't want to miss it. It's been hit down hard by the Hindenburg research, but institutional ownerships seem to know something we don't, because they've been loading up on the way down tremendously. So stay tuned for more information on that. But let's talk about Ocgen, Ocugen Inc. stock. So Ocgen stock actually broke through support. It even broke through the support levels I said to watch carefully, hit a newer low and bounced back up. But we still have some numbers to keep in mind here, and especially this new low is the second lowest point other than the one down here, which we're going to talk about in a second, which was back in February 23rd. But I want you guys to see something. I talked about this article yesterday, and it's basically saying that Ocugen Inc. has an opportunity here to basically make from this 45% of ventures profits of $1 billion from the Covaxin vaccine. Now, Borat Company and Ocugen have partnered up. Ocugen is officially the U.S. distributor of Covaxin, and they plan to sell 100 million doses of Covaxin in the U.S. starting Q2 2021. That is like right around the corner. If not, if you really want to think about it, we're almost already in it, right? So Covaxin is going to roll out very soon, and it's going to reflect in Ocugen's share price. Now, I used to say Ocugen was taking a little too long to come over here. This is pretty awesome. Sooner than anticipated, Q2 2021, 100 million doses already going out of Covaxin through Ocugen, and Ocugen receiving that 45% of 1 billion, right? That is going to be a big deal, receiving 1 billion in basically revenues, and we'll have to see what the net profit is, unless that is profits. That's going to be a big deal because look, right now the market cap is 1.4, so this could go up by almost $1 billion or half a billion, or let's just say worst case scenario by like a third of $1 billion than where it's at now, plus the anticipation and excitement of investors will run this one up, and this could probably be at 2.5 3 billion amount of market cap. So that's going to be a big deal for Ocugen, especially that it's coming in Q2. I always said Ocugen, if it was taking this long, it could keep on losing its piece of the pie when it comes to the market share of vaccines. But Ocugen now is here, and I used to say, well, worst case scenario, if we needed to get booster shots year over year, Ocugen might be one of those candidates to take that market share over time. But I think they have a shot now, and they might have a shot going into Q3, 4, and moving forward. So Ocugen is stated by the Motley Fool as a value stock right now where it's at. Now, the market conditions, we don't know if this is the bottom, but the market conditions could pull this stock back a little bit more, and the overall stock market, which is what we need to watch for carefully. But let's talk about this chart. So the lowest point we've seen is literally $6. Okay, I want every single investor and viewer to be aware that's the most important support level. Before that was right here at 733, which we broke through it, and we have a new support level that was touched. And that is down here at this point of 667. So if that gets crossed, you want to watch how it reacts between $6.67 and $6. But right now, that is not our true support level. That's just the lowest point reached today. And I want investors to be able to dissect the chart as much as possible and be aware of that. Now, the highest point we reached on this slight recovery here in upward momentum is right here at 787. That's the resistance level that the bulls need to break through over the 50-day moving average. So before they get there, they need to break through the 50-day moving average, 778, and then 787 is the true point that the bulls need to break through and turn into a support to reach newer highs, new resistance levels, gain that leverage in bullish territory, and continue this momentum. Super important for Ocugen to do so. Now, what is our support level right now? Based off the chart in this momentum is right here at this point, and that is 729. 729, if that gets broken through, you need to watch this carefully between 729 and down here at this point of 667, 668 to go ahead and see if the bulls are trying to reappear and bring it back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast. The bulls created some momentum here. We need to watch these cues very carefully moving forward and look at them as opportunities. If you're a true bull, down below, comment how many shares you have and those little rocket ships to see if you believe this one's going to the moon. I think this has a lot of potential, especially with the rollouts of the vaccine and hopefully through the hurdles of obviously the overall market, getting out of this whole entire turbulent phase of, coming down, coming back up, pulling downwards, and finally getting its momentum and bullish trajectory. I think this stock has potential. I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts down below. Once again, comment amount of shares you have and put the little rocket ships if you believe this one's going to the moon, because there's a lot of potential in this sector and there's a lot of potential here for Ocugen. And I know a lot of people that are invested in Ocugen, they firmly believe that Covaxin is probably one of the best vaccines out there. I'm not saying that it's true. I'm not saying that they're correct or incorrect, but just based off the overall way that the cocktail is made and how it works and how it's pretty stable in many different environments, that's pretty much an upper hand compared to others. And it's just made in a different way, actually the normal way or the traditional way, I would say, that we know it as the inactive form in that cocktail of the coronavirus, which is interesting. They were able to do it so fast or in such a, period of time. But as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this helpful and informative, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community so they can receive the insight as well. And don't forget to smash that like button. By smashing the like button, you're helping out the YouTube channel and it lets me know you appreciate the time and effort that I put into these videos. Stay tuned till the end because I have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss, and institutional ownership keeps on going higher and higher every single day. All right, everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the first-time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. It lets me know that you appreciate my time and efforts that I put into making these videos and all the research as well. So that's the least you could do, and I really appreciate it when you guys smash that like button and share it with a friend so that they can receive this insight as well. Now, let's go ahead and jump into it. You can see here on the screen, I have Lordstown.com, Lordstown Motors. I definitely recommend checking out their website so you can see everything that they have to offer, how they manufacture these trucks. And I know they're going through some things right now, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. So they're here telling you their mission and goal. And I love this breakdown here, how they're basically, breaking it down that you can save a total of $19,000 compared to the F-150 Lariat, right? Four-wheel drive, and then the Endurance Lordstown Motors. I mean, it's very interesting and aggressive here what they're doing and how they're comparing the cost going EV and staying, traditional. But I think this is going to flow into commercialized trucks or work trucks and even personal trucks over time, especially when people realize that these have more power and they last well and they prove themselves. I mean, this truck is pretty interesting. Now, they're having issues with those pre-orders and stuff, but let's focus in on the data, right? We love opportunities when they present themselves. So the first thing is, I've been talking about this one since March 14th, right? You can see that here, March 14th. I went ahead and mentioned this one. It was about almost a week and a half ago. Yeah, we're almost going into a whole entire 2 weeks almost. So a week and a half ago, I mentioned this. There's two others here on the list that I mentioned. Obviously, I'm blocking it out because it's only fair. This is for the Patreons. But I do mention the stocks talked on the Patreon at some point here on the YouTube, especially when I see some consolidation or a pullback or confirmation, right? So here we are with RIDE, right? Lordstown Motors ticker symbol. And this one is an EV play that has been pulled down by the Hindenburg Research and opening an investigation as to faking their pre-orders, which that's going to be left in the past, okay? If they can get over this hurdle, or you know what, let's just say it does hurt them. That's just pre-orders. Like, okay, their numbers are not that well right now. Well, those numbers are going to become a reality at some point, even if they're through pre-orders or, at point of sale. But I think that there's room here. There's still room. Now, I said if Lordstown Motors can prove what Hindenburg is on their case for, this pullback will be left in the past and ride will ride back up, which is what I truly believe. And if it's not left in the past right now because the case can't, be completely proved or whatever, it's still going to be left in the past at some point. It is an oversold area, right? Based off of the chart, certainly in position to have a reversal if it can get Hindenburg off its tail. That's a reversal soon. But if it takes longer, the reversal will come. I believe it. This company has a product and has a mission, has a goal, and the pre-order numbers, I get it. It could be misconstrued or misinterpreted, but everyone goes based off of pre-orders. Like every single other EV. I'm not sure why they're attacking Lordstown. Now, I also talked that week about the two key dates of the 16th and 17th, how the Federal Reserve was going to be meeting that week, and it may shock the market, and the market hears the Federal Reserve talk about inflation, which we certainly saw that shock, and then we started, working our way back up or kind of getting through it, and then here we are pulling back. And if you really go back to where we were on the 16th on the S&P 500 index, you could see here how there was that shock after the 17th, right? We saw it on the 16th, we saw it on the 17th, and those were the two biggest days that we had pullback. So not only are you going to know about ticker symbols over at the Patreon, you will be informed on how to be prepared, okay? And be aware of other things that sometimes I don't have time to cover here directly on the YouTube because everyone wants to know about only the ticker symbol that they're looking for. They want me to get to the point and they don't care about everything else that I have to say. So if you truly believe in my strategy and you believe in the way I look at things and look at charts, you can join us over at the Patreon. I'm there to equip you guys. That's the whole point of these videos. It's to equip every single investor and viewer. And there we go. We saw that shock and we got hit. Now, I mentioned it over at the Patreon so that my Patreon members were not surprised, okay? So if you want to know more than just ticker symbols, you want to be, aware of what's going on in the stock market to the best of my knowledge. I'm not saying I can catch everything, but to the best of my knowledge, I will always be there to let you guys be aware. So here we are with RIDE, Lordstown Motors Corp, and it hit a low here of 1061. I mean, the closer to 10, the better. It's running back up today. Obviously, the market overall has been pushing up. If we continue in this downward trend that we're seeing here, I mean, I think that stocks could pull back a little bit more. I'm not sure if this is the bottom, the new bottom that we're going to see, or if we have a little bit more room downwards. But I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware that this is in the oversold area for quite some time now. It might have broken out of it a little bit, but it's still down there, right? From these highs of $31, it's still down there. Now, a lot of different institutional investors and analysis ratings are actually being bumped up or finally initiated. Now, the other thing that I find interesting is this right here. And this is what I love. To see while others are fearful or there's a scandal going on, to see if it's really an opportunity or something to run from. If institutional investors are loading up on the way down, then it's an opportunity. Because that lets you know that this is something that will be left in the past. Like I said over at the Patreon, this one ride will ride itself back up. I'm not guaranteeing it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold any positions. But I am here to enlighten you guys on opportunities. We're ready like hawks, watching to strike for the opportunity. And this is one of those to strike for the opportunity. Because look at this. These are all new positions. When you read it right here, green rows indicate new positions. Tell me how many new positions do you see? I mean, I see a lot, but how many do you see? Because I see way too many. And they all started in February. All of them here. And then January. But most of them, February. Look at Vanguard right there with 8.2 million. I mean, they were bold. And then we got so many others here loading up. You just go up and they're all loading up. And recently, right now in March, from the 1st till now, we have Vanguard loading up, Fidelity, going ahead and loading up. We got Norges Bank here with 1 million. I mean, come on. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what else. Because in the month of March is where Lordstown Motors has gotten hit the hardest. I mean, it just started to fall even harder. And in the month of February, from the 11th, it's been falling. So think about this here. Let's go back to the 16th. Look how many new positions happened on the 16th of February, the 17th of February, 18th, right? And then we go back here, the 16th of February was like around this point right here. They were catching it in the first oversold indication. And then it ran up. And then it fell even harder. And then it ran back up. And it fell even harder. And then since then, a lot of investors, of institutional investors, loading up. Now, I'm not saying you're going to see this go from 12 to 31 again in a matter of a month or two or even 3 or maybe even 6 months. You're going to see it over time. That's what you want to position yourself for. And that's how you become an investor that maximizes profits and minimizes losses. You can't be expecting instant gratification. That's not how the stock market works. Whatever we experience in 2020 is not what we're going to experience every moment moving forward. Could we go through another bull run like that? Possibly. But there's always going to be moments of confusion, of pullbacks and stuff that are not going to be completely understood, because 2020, any little pullback got hit with a nice run up again. But any pullback we go through now, it's not just going to run up like we saw in 2020, right? So I definitely want every single investor and viewer to be aware of that. You know, here in Invest for Tomorrow, I like to focus on maximizing profits, minimizing losses. I'm not a financial advisor, but I am here to enlighten you guys on opportunities, and we invest for tomorrow, no pun intended. And that's the goal. You just want to invest for the future. And when you're investing in the EV sector, you're investing in the future. They haven't even hit numbers. You got to think about it this way. How many EVs do you see parked outside where you live? Or how many EVs are in your family? Or how many EVs are in your friends and relatives or anyone you know? That's where you start thinking and noticing you're investing in something that is just getting started. Think about that. Think about that. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.